these quarterbacks, they absolutely run the league.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me that you have a general manager having to have a major event, having to have a news conference talking about whether or not Aaron Rodgers is going to be traded to the Jets. It is shocking to me. You have this on top of the situation with Lamar Jackson. Lamar really has nowhere to go because if the Colts were going to make that deal, wouldn't they have made that deal already?
Yeah.
I mean, I have to believe that they would have, but they haven't.
I mean, the Lamar situation is it's unique in the sense that Lamar has handled it without an agent and I think has made some unprofessional decisions.
Oh, it's been a disaster.
But at the same time, for the league, I also think it's making the league uncomfortable because Lamar Jackson is, without a doubt, one of the most entertaining quarterbacks on TV. Notice I didn't say he's one of the best, but from a fan perspective, he is entertaining to watch play football.
Yeah.
And I think that for the NFL, they don't care if you're the best. They care if you make them money. And Lamar makes them money. And I think Lamar is just a pain in your ass at this point. And I think, Lamar tweeting today as soon as John Harbaugh stepped onto the mic is both savvy and idiotic. It's savvy in the sense that, hey, you put gasoline on a fire that's already roaring and you doubled its size. At the same time, though, I think it's very clear that you're unprofessional, that you don't understand how to handle a situation, mainly because you're not an NFLPA certified agent and you don't have an NFLPA certified agent to handle the situation for you. So I don't love the way he's going about it, but I understand why, he's so adamant about getting paid, because if you take less, you're affecting the market. So it's like this give and take if you're Lamar.
Yeah, I think it is absolutely a give and take, and I think it's been a humiliating thing for Lamar Jackson. I think it is. Lamar Jackson has lessened his value significantly. And he's going to play on the tag this year. My guess is he'll play on the tag next year. Unless the Ravens decide to move him. Because the Ravens control the chess pieces. It's that simple. And you don't have to like it, certainly. And you don't have to participate if you're Lamar Jackson. But if you want to be a quarterback in the NFL, you need an agent. Number one, you're being an idiot. You need an agent. And number two, you need to be professional. And Lamar Jackson has shown everybody in the NFL that he's unprofessional. He's not capable of handling business on the NFL level. And I think it makes it harder for him to get the fully guaranteed contract that he's demanding.
Yeah.
Because nobody's offered it, and it's not like there's teams lining up to trade for him. Because, again, I'll just say at the end of the day, Lamar Jackson's not a guy you can trust to stay healthy. He's not a guy you can trust to stand in the pocket and throw you to a Super Bowl championship.
Yeah.
So what are you really paying for? Because if I'm going to pay you $50 million a year, you need to stand in the pocket and deliver the football so we can win a Super Bowl.
Facts.
And Lamar Jackson has never shown the ability to do that. And that's why he is still with the Baltimore Ravens. And it is, if I'm the Ravens, I'm just sitting back and letting him wreck himself.
Well, and I think what's funny, too, is it's become very clear he faked an injury to not play the rest of the season this past
I
year.
would be careful with that. I think he made a decision not to play the rest of the year. I am not somebody that believes you can say, hey, you're faking an injury. I'm not going to question a guy when he says he's hurt. Lamar Jackson, by a lot of people's opinion, could have played. Is he injured? Okay, he could have played through that, but he didn't. He didn't. And it calls into question his desire to win.
Mm-hmm.
So not only are you unprofessional, not only do you not have any idea how to do business, we're not even sure that you want to win. And Lamar Jackson can sit here and he can put out tweets where he says, hey, you know what? All I care about is winning a Super Bowl. And he said today, I demanded a trade on March 2nd. And, the Ravens have not been interested in meeting my value because I don't think you even know what your value is.
Yeah.
If you're asking, because the common consensus is he's asking for $50 million a year on a multi-year deal that's 100% guaranteed.
Right.
For a guy who misses significant amount of time because he wants to run instead of pass.
Right.
I'm just not willing to pay that. And clearly, no team in the NFL outside of the Ravens, including the Ravens, I guess, because they haven't extended him on a fully guaranteed deal.
Right.
No team in the NFL is willing to pay that.
Yeah, and that's what I think is difficult. And I think Lamar, I don't understand guys who don't do agents. I don't get it, because I think that's the whole point of having an agent. They handle all this for you, but he clearly is not that guy.
Yep, Tom says Hurts is, what's with an S? Hurts is a pocket QB. Hurts or Lamar. Oh, I don't think.
This isn't even a conversation.
Jalen Hurts is a superior passer
Yeah.
to Lamar Jackson. And he's a guy that I think he is truly a dual threat. So, I mean, the quarterbacks in this conversation, Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, you obviously Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Those are the guys that run around a lot. The difference with Jalen Hurts is he runs by design.
I think you should throw. I would throw Josh Allen and Patty Mahomes in there too. And I think the big difference between these guys is that like Patty Mahomes is an example. It trends much more closely with Jalen Hurts, where these guys are not running to try to score touchdowns. They can do that, right? Like Jalen Hurts can run for a touchdown, but they're not doing it by design. They're saying, okay, I got to roll out right, and I got to buy time for my guy to get open. So that's why I'm running. I'm not running to try to get to the stick where the 250-pound linebacker is waiting to dislocate my throwing shoulder.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is the difference, and that's what I think Lamar doesn't understand. I'm not disputing. The guy is one of the most talented quarterbacks in the league. Is he Super Bowl caliber? No, because there's a certain way you got to go about it at that position to win a Super Bowl, right?
But I also think that's why today John Lynch, the general manager of the 49ers, said Brock Purdy's earned the right to be our starting quarterback when he's healthy.
Yeah.
I think that's why you look at all of these quarterback situations around the NFL. None of them have Lamar Jackson's name on them.
Yeah.
And there are quarterbacks there are situations across the NFC and the AFC where he would fit if he could throw the ball and stay healthy. And he can't. And again, I look at guys like Patrick Mahomes. That's a guy that runs by design. Does he pay a price for that? Certainly he does.
Right.
There's no doubt. Josh Allen is on the clock.
Yeah.
If you are going to continue to run the way Josh Allen runs, it's only a matter of time before you're out for the year.
Well, and I think there are some people saying that the Bills are starting to understand that too, that a lot of and again, I'm not saying it's all on the Bills. Certainly there's a lot of it that's on Josh himself.
Certainly.
And all these quarterbacks. But I think a lot of the thing that doesn't get talked about is scheme and is protection. One of Lamar Jackson's biggest complaints has been his offensive line and the fact that, he is running around a lot. Now, I don't buy that. I think Lamar knows he's an elite athlete and can outrun almost anybody on a football field, but he doesn't take into consideration that's not winning football. I would much rather have Brock Purdy stand in the pocket and play in a system that guarantees he's successful, essentially, and be healthy 99% of the time, but maybe not be as good as Lamar, than have Lamar and not be healthy. And I think that's what these guys don't understand. And then you've got guys, in my opinion, like Dak, who have proven their worth, who have proven their ability, have proven they can throw 5,000-yard seasons, but have a bad season here, have a bad season there, and then they can't make it in the playoff. And, there's all this other drama. And so that's what I'm saying. The quarterback market in the NFL is just so dynamic. It is literally case by case, unless you're Lamar Jackson and you're trying to set a standard where Deshaun's at.
But I think, like Tanner Plummer says, Lamar to Washington. There's no way to make that happen right now, not at least until Daniel Snyder sells the team. Because he's not going to take on new money. He's certainly not going to do anything to damage his salary cap. So my guess is, Brissett's probably going to be the starting quarterback there?
Dude, you're talking about a guy in Dan Snyder who won't even pay signing bonuses because he wants the next owner to pick that up. He's not doing Lamar.
Yeah.
That ain't happening.
Yeah. Gary says, my Saints can sign Lamar. I'd rather have him than Carr. I'm telling you, Derek Carr's a better quarterback.
Yeah,
Derek Carr, listen, it'll be interesting to see who and what Derek Carr is outside of Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And outside of that halo, whatever you want to call it, of the Raiders. Because it's a very difficult place to thrive.
Yeah.
And I think if you look at Waller and Derek Carr, it's going to be fascinating to see how those two dudes do outside there.
Yep.
I think it's absolutely it's make or break time for Derek Carr. There's no other way to say that, and I think he's absolutely going to thrive. outside of Las Vegas. Football 50-10 of the hour every hour, presented by Papa Murphy's Pizza. You're running out of time, man. Have you had the double bacon cheddar?
Fresh out of Papa Murphy's kitchen, the limited time double bacon cheddar pizza.
Actually, it's fresh out of my oven.
Dad, it's just an expression.
Mozzarella, crispy bacon, and Canadian bacon with nacho cheddar cheese sauce. Now that is an expression.
At Papa Murphy's, we make great pizza, so you can make the pizza great.
In my oven.
Order now at papamurphys.com.